Let's start off with low precipitation supercells. For all of these examples coming up, I've drawn in the updraft as this pink dashed circle, and we're going to assume that storm motion is due westerly, so from west to east. LP supercells are perhaps the easiest type of supercell to chase because there's excellent visibility on pretty much every side of the storm, and there's very little precipitation to shroud the updraft in any of its features. Positioning yourself directly underneath the updraft base of an LP supercell is usually quite safe. As we mentioned in episode 2 of this module, tornado production in low precipitation supercells is much more rare than in classic and high precipitation supercells, so you don't have a ton to worry about as far as severe thunderstorm hazards underneath the updraft base of an LP supercell. If you're a newer chaser who eventually wants to start getting closer to supercells and tornadoes, practicing with an LP supercell is often a good idea. That being said, being underneath the updraft base of an LP supercell may make you miss what LP supercells really have to offer, and that is the barber pole or corkscrew type structure. Therefore, positioning yourself slightly farther back and somewhere to the east, south, or west of the updraft is optimal for capturing the barber pole type structure.
Don't learn storm chasing alone. Go where chasers are already talking. Discord community link in description.
The main hazard to be aware of with LP supercells is large hail. Large hail, of course, may fall within the precipitation core of the storm, even if the precipitation core is not all that visually evident. As we know, LP supercells don't produce a lot of precipitation by nature, so it may be difficult to ascertain whether or not a precipitation core actually exists, but large hail may still be falling. And on radar, you can tell where that precipitation core is by looking for the highest reflectivity region within the supercell's presentation on reflectivity. Some of the largest hail within an LP supercell can fall in a region called the vault. The vault is located on the side of the updraft just into the inflow region of the storm between the core of the updraft and the precipitation core of the supercell. Visually, the vault is this tall, ragged side of the updraft and the generally low precipitation region adjacent to it. The vault is synonymous with the bounded weak echo region, or beware. We talked about the beware in depth in episode 2 of the Radar Foundations module, but as a refresher, the bounded weak echo region is a region of weak reflectivity surrounded by higher reflectivity in the mid-levels of a storm. It's an indication of a very strong updraft, one that's efficiently lofting precipitation particles, including large hail, to higher and higher levels of the storm and prohibiting precipitation fallout in that region. The bounded weak echo region is topped by a phenomenon called the echo overhang. The echo overhang is simply where the updraft lofts precipitation particles, including large hail, out into the downdraft. However, on occasion, very large hailstones can fall out of the echo overhang into the vault region of the storm. These will be very sporadic in nature, and you may not have any visual clue that hail is falling there, but they can be some of the largest hailstones found in an LP supercell. Therefore, if you decide to set up on the east side of the updraft, which is often an optimal position to chase an LP supercell from because you can see pretty much the entire structure of the storm, including the vault region, always be aware of the potential for rapidly changing storm motion, given the close proximity of the precipitation core and vault region. Speaking of those, always have a good idea of where the vault region and the precipitation core of the storm are relative to your position so that you can avoid hail. Now, this is somewhat up to your hail tolerance, so to speak. If you're okay getting a few dings in your car or getting a few cracks in your windshield, then you can play a little bit closer to the forward flank or the precipitation core of the storm. If not, you may want to stay a little bit farther back. Always remember that in most LP supercell cases, the hail is going to be quite sporadic, but it can be quite large as well, and can certainly do some damage. If you find yourself to the north of an LP supercell, or in the precipitation core of the storm, the best course of action to reposition is usually to drive west, then south, then east in front of the updraft. This is a good option with LP supercells because, again, LP supercells provide excellent visibility from the west. This is going to be a safe maneuver in most supercell cases in general, not just with LP supercells, although you may lose visibility of storm features from the west in classic and especially HP supercells. But it's going to keep you out of the path of any potential tornadic activity, which makes it a safe maneuver. LP supercells also provide perhaps one of the only opportunities in storm chasing where cutting from north to south in front of the mesocyclone of a storm is a viable option. This is because, number one, the cores of LP supercells tend to be fairly small in spatial extent. Number two, they tend to be fairly translucent as well, so you can maintain visual contact with the updraft and its important features while interacting with or passing by the core. And number three, the fact that LP supercells tend to be much less likely to produce tornadoes. Still, you need to keep a very close eye on radar data and any changes in the storm structure or in the updraft base that may suggest that tornadogenesis is imminent. While tornadoes are rare in LP supercells, they still can happen. And this maneuver may put you somewhat close to the vault region of the storm, which again houses very large hail in some cases. We're going to discuss why this is a much more dangerous maneuver for classic and especially HP supercells in just a bit. Alright,
Remember to check out those links in the description below, and then watch another video.